All right, let's update that. Cool. And let's go back to refactoring. And we're going to start with splitwise. And I think we want to start in here. Here we go. All right, so we have to, yeah. All right, so let's say, I wonder if I can combine these into one. Is that a good idea? Property use is incompatible. Why? And that takes a signal, which will be abort signal. Nope. Signal, abort, signal. All right, so that works. Let's change this to effect dot with span. And then we'll wrap this, and we'll come down here and we'll say effect. Did my editor just freeze? Why? That's annoying. Holy crap. I have such a bad cold, chat. All right, so we have to change this part. So this would be effect dot with span. I want to get rid of this instrumentation thing. So let's put that in there. Do that, get rid of that. Take care of that, and then we'll say retry dot exponential backoff policy. Effect dot retry dot exponential backoff policy. There we go. Delete that. Actually, I don't even want to put that retry in there right now. We want to make this layer from config. And then we'll rename default to layer. Say here. Why do I have run promise exit here? I don't even need this thing. So let's actually rename this to create service. And then let's do the same naming changes to the actual client that we export. This will be create service. This will be make layer, I guess. Actually, we can just get rid of, this will be, this will be layer without dependencies. And we can get rid of this, doesn't need to be a function. Then we can get rid of that function call. Instead of calling this default, we'll call this layer. Do that. Same with this. This can just be layer. Yeah. And then we'll rename this to layer. All right. Then let's break these out. And we'll say this is going to be export const. It actually doesn't really even need to be exported. It can. Same with you. This will be, what do we call this? Splitwise is the tag name. And we can delete that. Yep. And then this will be just that. Why does it, that does not need to be a provide merge. That can just be provide. There we go. All right, that looks good. And then everywhere we have with instrumentation in here, I want to get rid of. So let's record a macro, and we're going to view to the parentheses, go 1 over %. We're going to press C, effect. That's not what we want. Find quotes, yank in quotes, go up 1 line, O, effect dot width span, quotes, paste that, close quotes, that, comma, down a line to the beginning, view to the parentheses, X, X, delete the line, and the macro. So if we do @Q, look at that, look at that. Excuse me. I had the lovely pleasure of using Vercel Domains to set up some side business stuff early last week. Very slick stuff, Malroy. It's getting even better. A bunch of the stuff that I've built with Reese isn't even releasing. Actually, today's the release day for the new project domains page. In fact, I'll give you guys a little preview. Let's see here. If we go to a project with domains, what would be a good one? Sorry guys, I'm sick. I have a cold. I I surely have. Yeah, we can do this one. Let me turn off the feature flag quick so we see what it is. God, I hate having colds. I mean, nobody likes having a cold, but all right, let me find the feature flag. Flags. You will search. All right, that should disable it. Am I still blurred right now? Yeah. Go to domains. Yeah, all right. So here's what the page looks like today, right? This is what you see when you go to your project domains. These are the domains that you have like configured on your actual project, right? You might have some that have invalid configurations. You have some that are that. If you want to come in and add, we have like this modal here. So let's actually turn on our feature flag. If I could spell domains. Turn that on, apply. So this is what the new page looks like. And this will be fuzzy searching. We have invalid, we have information on our redirects. We can reconfigure, come in here, refresh status. Let's say I want to remove this, right? Delete. And I want to add a domain. Let's say I want to come in and add mulroy.dev. I can come in and I can say mulroy.dev, add that, redirect mulroy.dev to www. That's recommended. Add domain. I can say I want this for a particular environment. We'll just say production, or I can redirect, right? I can set a redirect there. I can set whether I want it temporary, permanent. Let's just say we want production, save. We can continue automatically. Yeah. Come on. Very good job, Cloudflare. All right, I'm just gonna give Cloudflare the benefit of the doubt that something in that redirect was wrong. And we're gonna go back to Vercel. We're gonna try to re-add that. Oh yeah, that's the other nice thing here, is that this is all the state is saved here, so you can go forward and backwards. And if we continue automatically, all right, there we go. I can automatically set DNS records on Cloudflare. Authorize. Let me type in my domain name, mulroy.dev. Authorize, delete conflicts. Boom. And that should, did that not redirect correctly? This should redirect me. I'll have to ping Reese on that. It's probably just a propagation thing, but it's actually probably because I have my DNS all screwed up on this domain because it's a testing domain. But either way, this is what the new page looks like in here. And it's really, really nice because we have some customers, Eagle, that have like, you know, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of domains because they're platform customers like us, right? Like they host their platform on Vercel, so they have customers who run their apps on them and they manage their domains. and like searching these and managing these from this page was like impossible. Like there was no fuzzy search. Like we ended up indexing the entire project domains collection in OpenSearch because previously it was in Cosmos. So there's a lot of improvements coming on this page today, hopefully. So yeah, that's what we've been cooking. Reese really cooked on that one. I gave him and our designer basically like free range, and it was the first big project I kicked over to him, and he freaking ran with it and he crushed it. Yeah, I'm excited. All right, let's keep refactoring this ish. Oh, I did not account for attributes. So effect.widthspan, so we'll just do this there, and we'll grab, not that. Put that in there. We don't need to back off here. Okay, so let's do effect.widthspan. Throw that there, and then we'll yoink that. Put that there. It needs an extra pair of braces, and then we can delete this. All right. And we should be able to go to the top up here, get rid of some stuff. All right, and then how do I want to do? What does this look like from another file? foo.ts. So gen, is it gen? And we'll say foobar. That was weird. I need to fix that keybind. Import that. All right, so we have that, and if we yield our client splitwise, that gives us our client. Right. All right. We'll delete that file, and we'll come in here and we'll make an index probably and do a small barrel export. Or we could import into the root. How invested are you in Effect within Vercel? Or is it freedom of choice? Yeah, we get freedom of choice. I mean, within reason, right? Like, I think I could make an argument to use, like, if I wanted to use OCaml for a project, I think I could, if I really wanted to, I could make for a case for it, and you know, I'd have to own it for performance review, and I'd have to own like justifying that decision. But like, I could probably do it, but like, I don't have a good justification to use OCaml at the moment. But yeah, like Effect, like I've done a lot of work to convince my team on it, and I've also built a team of very good Effect developers around me and domains. that are very interested in it. And yeah, my team, honestly, there are 2 people that haven't announced yet that they're joining my team in a couple weeks, but beyond the Effect team, I probably have the strongest EffectTS team like in the world. It's kind of cracked. It's insane. I'm very excited. I'm not using Avante. I am using a thing called Code Companion, which we set up yesterday, which is really nice. That client. All right, how do I want to do this? How would I combine these? I mean, I guess it's not that much more here to combine these into one. I guess it doesn't really make sense. So let's take... I want to get rid of this wrapped splitwise client. I don't want to do it at all. So I want to come in here, and we're going to come in here, and then we're going to say do that. And this is going to take a config. And we're going to come here, put that in there. Which this could just be effect. I'm not going to refactor it, it's fine. Get rid of that. And then we'll do a... Do I have an errors file? Where did I put that error? Yeah. All right. So let's get rid of this. And we're going to cause some... I'm going to toggle diagnostics for a second. Warning purplish. And we're going to come over here and we're going to say... Oh, can this error, I wonder, under the covers? No, it can't. All right. So we don't need the wrap client at all. I don't know why I even had that in the first place. Let's save this because we might want that. Just comment that down to here, delete all that. Close that to one tab. Move that mouse out of the way. Give ourselves some space there. And let's comment this out, and we'll say this will be const export const default config. Config.wrapped. I don't know what the difference between a wrap. Is there as? Whatever, this is fine. We'll take this, we'll come down, and then I want to go into, yeah, this is fine. All right, this looks good. I think I do like this. We don't need the namespace. Oh, some Lincoln Park. Let's go. We don't need the promise service. And we don't need you because there's no layer without dependencies anymore. So we don't need to pipe. And we can get rid of that. All right, what do we upset? Split right? Yeah, we don't need to reference that anyways. And really, rather than calling that service, we can just call this I splitwise do that. And then delete find there. We get our config. All right, where's our next error? Yield. Oh yeah, we can call this splitwise. Right? Oh, we don't need to use now. Oh, that's right. We do still want use. Yeah. That's right. So I'll have to wrap this and try promise. And I might as well. Yeah, I fucked that up. I should have just taken. So let's grab this because we're still gonna want that. And we'll go back over here and we will go up to our, and we'll throw this right here. Close that. What's up, Kraut? I've seen you winning on the React Feud show. Local host Lodash, baby. So we can get rid of everywhere. Change this back to client. And then everywhere that we have splitwise.use, it can just be use. Yeah. And we'll rename this to use splitwise. We'll do that. And then we can everywhere get rid of that. And this will be use splitwise. S, delete that. That will work. Same here, delete you, delete that, in there, splitwise. And then the next one, use splitwise, get rid of that, find the S, fix that. Splitwise, doing that. Oh, did I not unpixelate my screen? Are we still blurred? Wait, what's pixelated? Oh, why the frick is that thing pixelated? Weird. Yeah, I'm trying to hide how much I press J. Like right now, J. All right, we have one error now. Expects, oh yeah, we have to get a, you need to do like a export const, make, or create layer. Or how do we want to call this? Say from config layer from config, and this will take a config. In fact, we should not call that config. We should call this splitwise config, so we don't have namespace collisions. Oh, we should also update to get the new diagnostics for NeoVim now that I'm on 11, right? NVIM or 10. Yeah. All right, we're gonna do a side quest again this morning. Love a good side quest. Do I have this bookmarked on Twitter? Let's see here. Yo, Ethan is the GOAT. Wonder whose team he's gonna be on. Spoiler alert. Bookmarks. Let's go. All right, we're looking for NeoVim. What's new? Here, this is what we wanted, I think. Simpler LSP. Diagnostics. This is what we want. And I think I have this in some of my config already. Man, I hate being sick so much. So where did we put this? Did we put this in our LSP? Aha, there it is. All right. Really? It didn't like that? Diagnostic vim.diagnostic.config virtual lines current line. That's what I have, right? Virtual lines. Oh, it's in, I'm not on NeoVim 11. I need to get on. Well, I'm not on, I need to get on 11, right? If I update my flake.nix to go to unstable, is 11 in unstable? Well, let's see if that even picked up. No, it didn't. So let's, it's because Nix, dude. I need to rip Nix out. Did we just rip Nix out this morning and bite the bullet? I'm so tired of managing Nix. I'm gonna do it. All right, let me finish refactoring this one file and then we'll do it. Create service. This takes our config. Layer from config. Then we have a default config, which we can pass this default config. Right? What? Oh, it's because it's read-only. Jesus. Okay. Let me just as constant. Does that fix it? No. What? What is this not happy about? Read-only API key config.redacted string. That's... Oh, do I have to unwrap it? Is that a thing I have to do? I think I have to do like config.unwrap, something like this. I don't know. No. All. No, there's a way to do this. I need to... This needs to be, all right, I need to remember how the config module works off the top of my head. So let's see here. We have wrap. Wraps a nested structure converting all primitives to a config. That's probably what we want. And where does wrap happen? How do we use wrap? I need to bump that time up a little bit. Unwrap. Constructs a config from some configuration wrapped with the wrap A utility type. I don't understand what that does. Interface options key string. Ah, we would unwrap. I see. I think I'm doing this backwards. Bash files and brew files. Yeah, exactly what Priv said. What up, Priv? I don't know if I got the... you got married or engaged, right? I feel like you were engaged for a while. Did something... I feel like you just had a big life event. This is going to take a config.wrap. And then we'll say const config equals yield star. We say this can be CFG. What happens here? Config.unwrap. That gives us, yeah. Got engaged a week ago. Okay, congratulations, buddy. I knew I saw something. And we'll say, this will be a config.config.wrap. Take that, boom, boom. And that works there. Haha. All right. Nice. All right, side quest time. We're finally ripping out Nyx. I want to make sure I have everything taken care of. We have this new folder here, which we need to go finish copying our. Yeah, so let's open up oil. I need to get the rest of my. So things we need to take care of is my git files, my starship files, basically all my files we have to copy over. So under new, we have this in init.sh, right? So this is like the core entry point. And we have this thing written out. We install brew. We install base packages from a brew file, which our brew file we can look at in a second. We're using stow to symlink to our home directory. We're going to install bun from source. We're going to generate a GitHub SSH key if we need to, which I'm not going to here. I'm not going to run this script. We have a way to install a font from my private repo. Yeah. Cheers. The thing is that I'm only ever going to have to touch this bash file when I set up a new machine. And I do that once every couple of years. So even if this doesn't work perfectly, the amount of time I'm going to spend dealing with this headache versus dealing with the headache of Nyx is much lower. Let me look. Our request's not working. Damn. All right, so requests aren't working. You have to redeem. You have to redeem it for a point. It's not a requests are working. Okay. Dog Creeks. This one's for Kraut. All right. We have our bundle file. We have our work bundle file. I have my fish config in here. Now we need to get my tmux. Let's get my git config next. Which that's going to be, let's just go up to our root. Actually, you know what? Let's make a new tab for that, and we'll say this is going to be, we'll rename this to home, and we'll go to fish, change directory into home, vim in here, and I want to go to git. I know there's git shit in here. Don't lie to me. Or maybe it's under config. God. Yeah, here we go. All right, most of this we can keep. So let's go back over to 1. Wait, I just lost my Twitch chat. There it is. I don't know if I recognize this song, Kraut. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I don't think I recognized it. I'm sorry. I saw what the title was. So this is in, I think this goes in .git, right? This will go home config, and this will go in git. And let's just say, I don't know what to call this right now, but we'll just call it config. Save that, go in there, dump that in for now, and I want to go back here, quit, vim, config, goes in git, and then it's called config. Great. All right, so to fix this, we need GPG to point at let's come in here and we'll do this. In a git config file, how can I dynamically reference GPG to? Also, how does the program config under GPG work? Option. The program option under the GPG section uses GPG from the system path. All right, so we don't even need that. All right, great. So let's get rid of that. And our other thing is, I don't know how this works. Include if. Yeah, I do want that still. Can I just, all right, we'll do AI again and we'll clear this and we'll say, in git config, how does include if work? Can I nest under and include if? Yes, you can nest. Oh, it has to point. Does it have to reference another file, or can I inline the config? No, you cannot inline. Okay. Okay, that's okay. All right, so we will close that, and then we'll grab this. Right, go down here, go file here, yoink you, back over here, and we'll do a work config, I guess. And we'll go in there, paste that, save that. And then we'll go back to here. And in this, we'll just reference tilde /.config/git/work config. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, so that's my git config. Everything else should be good here. Dylan finally gave up on the robots. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Dude, Vafi, React Miami was so much fun. I had a blast. All right, so the next thing we need to copy over is, dude, our tmux config is gonna be so annoying. I already know it's gonna be the most annoying pain in the ass thing to copy over. In fact, we might be able to have Copilot do this. Because if we go here and we quit and we vim, actually we should just change into .config and vim into here. This is just a beast of garbage. There's like a default. We have continuum, resurrect. The Capuchine's not bad. We can so this is from Sensible. All right. Let's start without the plugins and then we'll add the plugins in. Sorry about the barking dogs. Want to share the bird story from Miami? I need to know. When I was a little kid, I must have been like 3 or 4. I was at a park, I think with my babysitter at the time, and there was like a little pond, and I was a very outgoing, excitable child and toddler, and I walked up to a goose, and the goose got pissed and like flapped its wing at me, and as a little kid, I fucking clocked. I just absolutely punched the living daylights as a little toddler out of a goose, and it flew away. It came at me first. To be very clear, it started it. And that story came out one night at dinner. All right, so let's see how I have this configured. I have some stuff over here, tmux conf. So let's start with this, and we'll go into tmux. And I think we just call this conf, right? Yank G, post that there. Do we get rid of that? That's commented out. This can probably go in my... Why? How did that happen? Yo, what did I just do? So if we go to config, tmux, we have that, we have the Capuchin. I can surely source. I should really grab you and take this here, come down here, paste that, do this. What's up?
I just wanted to see how you were feeling.
What?
How are you feeling?
Probably worse than yesterday, to be honest. I have more like...
Ooh.
I'm
Phlegm?
coughing more and more like phlegm in my lungs. Yeah.
Ew.
I think my energy's better, but like physically, I feel worse.
I know I need to get your food. I will. Oh.
Did I tell you I talked to our neighbor with the RV last night?
Yeah. And he seems chill.
Yeah, we joked and laughed and we made fun of the dogs.
Because they were barking at him.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. We'll get you food.
I gotta hang out with him. I want to have a beer with him now because he seemed genuinely funny.
He's probably got crazy stories.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to say hi to him when he walks by. He's
I
very nice.
usually try to wave.
I got the vibe coder flu. And no, not poor Goose no pointer. Poor me. I got attacked as like a 3-year-old. I defended myself.
Wow.
Yeah, Justine was with me in Miami if you didn't know.
Who? What?
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 We're talking about Miami.
Oh,
Your
who?
nose ring's all turned too.
Thanks. I'm not sick, but Dylan is.
Yeah, I got sick.
That weak immune system.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to make fun of you. I know you actually.
So we want to source a
Let's go get you
file.
breakfast. Come on.
If we go to here, how do I source files? These just get inlined. It's run shell. Okay. All right, I need to look up how Tmux plugins work. Tmux plugins. It's like that. There's like a plugin manager. I just don't remember how they work. TPM. Run, source, installing plugins. Yeah. What up, James? Saw you made it to the front page of Hacker News. Congratulations. Or maybe not. I don't know. That sometimes can go either way. Let's see here. We want to... We'll just inline the Capuchin stuff. Actually, we'll try to source it, I guess. So it's just run shell. All right. So let's go back over here, and this is in capuchin.conf. So let's...
Come say good morning.
Good morning, buddy. Over here, bud. Good morning, bud. Say good morning. Say good morning, chat. Good boy. Kiss. Thank you.
Good boy. Okay. You want to go with me and get ready for work?
Go get ready for work.
I have to go into the office today and tomorrow, as a heads up.
What?
I'm going into the office today and tomorrow.
Okay.
So, okay.
So let's go down here, and we should be able to...
Good girl, man.
It should be run shell, right? And then, is that what we saw? Run dash shell. Okay. Run dash shell. And we'll do, was it in, dang it, quotes? No, not quotes. We'll just rename this .tmux. And we'll go back in here, and this will be, we'll just do a // that. That should work, and that should get our Capuchin. And then we need to install TPM, which we didn't get a new dog, no. We were watching a puppy for a couple days, and the puppy was great. He was adorable. It was the best puppy I've ever worked with, ever. We had him for like a week. He was so easy. Like one accident, like got along with our other dogs. Like it was great. All right, so we need to install, can we install TPM with brew? Brew search TPM. Not casks. Oh. Plugin manager. All right, so do we have that in our brew file already? let's see here. Where is my brew files? New packages bundle. All right, we got TPM already. Great. We're gonna copy that, and this is gonna go new, home, config, tmux, paste that there, and this is tmux.conf. And that gets, I lost that one line, so we need to go get that back. I'm losing track of, I'm losing track of what's in my new directory and what's in my not new. Yeah, this is the one we want over there. Paste that down there. And we can get rid of, we'll keep that commented out for now because I think we'll want to do that for fixing fish. All right, this looks good here. All right. Then we want to install TPM, right? So in our list of plugins, set list of plugins, TPM. So we need this line. Let's say we'll make a plugin section, paste that in, and then we'll need to do run tilde slash. Is that really where that has to go? I wonder where brew installs TPM. Because we're gonna have to point to that. Yeah, let's find where that happens. Do I brew? No, I don't. Brew, or snippets. Then I have brew, source brew. There we go. And do I have TPM installed now? So if I do brew install TPM, Adi Osmani is making a vibe coding book. I don't even know who Adi Osmani is. Should I know that person? Adi Osmani. Working on the Google Chrome web browser. Yo, an actual OG. We got Backbone. It really does. That's so funny. All right. Okay, there's what we wanted. That gave us a line for us. Great, we'll do that. Paste that in. And we'll just add a comment and say this must be the last line of our config file. Great. Okay, that looks good. And then the other plugins we want to install are Sensible. If we go look here, back up to our normal config, we look at tmux. We install I guess we can look under our home manager, right? Tmux. Vim tmux navigator. That's an important one. So let's find Vim tmux navigator. Vim tmux navigator. Yeah, Chris Toomey. How do I install this? Oh, is this the... TPM? Hopefully that's all I have to do. I think I used the defaults. Because I don't think I changed the defaults here, right? No, I didn't. Okay. Then we need resurrect. Tmux resurrect. Just give me the installation. Yep. That will go here. And then we need some extra config there. Do that. Just set some spacing here. And then the other one I need is tmux continuum. Grab that. Or how do I install? Make sure you have tmux. Grab you. We already have resurrect installed, right? And then we'll install continuum. And then the extra config I had on continuum is that. Save interval, we can probably bump the save interval up. I wonder if that's minutes or seconds. I feel like that's probably seconds, right? I guess we can just go look at the docs or the code. And we're looking for save interval. Save interval. Interval. Scripts. Save interval. Interval. Get interval. Tmux option. Get interval. Is that? I'm not even convinced that's the right configuration. Let's go see continuum dash save interval. Okay, so it's in minutes. All right. That's why grep.app is so good, chat. All right, so we got you. grep.app. You can search source code, open source code, like instantly. It's amazing. We're using the performance hacks, or the, not really even hacks, but the, we're using the performance stuff from this to build a new domain search by experience, and it's going to be insanely fast at Vercel. Yeah, it's super good. We're I want to do like a weekend hack project where I integrate grep.app as a tool into V0. So V0 can, when it doesn't know about code or a pattern, it can search grep.app. Since like, I mean, we own both of these, so it's amazing. I love grep.app. It's slept on so hard. All right. So we got, I think we got, all right, what does sensible do? Tmux sensible. All right, does this do anything that I really care about? So let's just copy this, and we're gonna put this at the top, and we're just gonna inline it. So space, and then we'll say tmux sensible, and then we'll paste that in, and we'll just grab that link, and we'll say see that. No, why didn't that grab? Paste that there, in case anyone finds it. I like keeping like some context in my dot files if people copy them. What's the equivalent to robots.txt for LLMs? Isn't it just, I don't know. I've seen stuff for it. I don't pay that much attention to, I don't pay that much attention to AI as I should, probably. Okay, so that looks good. I think we have our, I think we're good here. I think I need to source my Capuchin comp yet, and then we'll be good. All right, let's come down here, and then it's, say this is gonna be theme, and we'll do run shell, and this should be /capuchin.tmux. Yeah. All right, so that should be our tmux config. Next, let's do our, the next one will be our, God, what's it called? Starship. So let's quit out of this, and we'll go into Vim, and then we have Starship somewhere. Yeah, starship.toml. So let's make a starship.toml in here. So we'll say starship.toml, save that. Open that there, go over here, go into this, yoink that, back over here, paste that, that will be good. Yeah. Easy peasy. Let's make sure we have Starship installed with Brew. So under new, packages bundle, Starship is installed, excellent. The next thing we need to, let's go reconcile here. We're gonna have to update our, here, hold on, let's go through Home Manager. So we got Tmux, we got Starship. How do I set my shell to fish for Tmux? I actually don't know why I did that, to be honest. I guess maybe it should be screen. User bin fish, yeah. So let's do that. Let's go back into our new home config tmux this. Do I have fish set anywhere? No, okay. So let's go up here and we'll do that on our like first line. And then we'll say, and then we'll just say, let's put a section in here. Where's my pound key? Config. And then we'll paste that. And we'll do set shell to fish. Okay. And then we'll ask, in fact, we can do like, what is the difference between tmux screen 256 and screen, or what is the thing? 256 color. 256 color and screen 256 color. Yeah, I'm using Ghosty. I think tmux 256 works better with Ghosty. I don't know. All right, so next we want to, we've got Starship. What else do we have in our home manager .nix? We don't have to worry about NeoVim. We don't have to worry about, we got those. We don't need to worry about Dune. We do want to copy our Ghosty file. So let's copy Ghosty over. So we'll go here, config, Ghosty. Yeah, we can actually just copy that whole directory, I think. Or no, where do we say we put that? xtg config file. Is there a Ghosty directory? Yeah, ghosty/config. Okay, great. So we'll actually do exactly what we were gonna do there. We're gonna copy ghosty, and that will go up to new, home, config, paste that in there. We got ghosty. Great. If we can change our font size down to 20. Okay. We got Envim. We don't need to worry about Dune anymore. I don't care about Aider. I already have that copied over. FZF. I wonder, we got our git config already done. We do need to set up fish. What is the difference between GPG and GPG2, and which should I install? Which should I install with Brew? Okay. Let's go ahead and add that in here. Brew GPG2. No, yeah, fish is a shell. Home. And we have fish. I'm gonna blur my screen quick, chat. In fact, I don't know if this actually blurs my screen or it's just, yeah, blurred everything. Okay. Conf the plugins, fish, completions, functions, fish variables. Aliases. Shell initialization term. So we set a theme here. How did I set this theme? Graphite helpers, FNM. All right, there's nothing sensitive in here. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't end up inlining something sensitive into my fish file. All right, how are we configuring fish right now? We're installing it over here. And then are we setting our shell to be fish? Yeah, we want to set. Let's see if AI can do this. I'm not very bullish on this, but we're gonna try. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna open AI and we're gonna clear. And we're gonna say in the buffer, add a new step to set fish as our default and login shell. Why won't you apply it? at editor, add step 7 to the buffer. I mean, close enough. All right, we can move that down to the bottom. So if the command exists, fish shell is installed, we get the path. Okay. Set fish as the default shell. With brew. Does not change shell. All right. All right, that looks like it worked well, right? And then home config, we have fish, and we have config.fish, and we source some things in here. Yeah. Nice, okay. We want to look at F&M. Good old schniz. Then set up your shell for F&M. Shell setup. All right, so we want a fnm.fish. So let's go ahead in here and say fnm. I think I might switch my shell to new shell at some point soon, now that I have time to learn new things in the morning. I wish Ghosty or any other for that matter had a hotkey. Ghosty does have Quake mode. It does have Quake mode. I don't know how to use it, but it does. I don't know how to do it. Sorry, help. Quake, configuration, features, overview. There's got to be Ghosty, Quake mode. See? I don't know how to use it, and I would never really use it, but it's there. I don't want to start using it. That would be so disruptive to my flow. Zeesh. U. Paste. And then we add conf d. Conf d's nuts. All right, this song is too slow. I'm sorry. I wonder what that does. How does fish/conf.d files work? Ah, they're automatically sourced. Nice. Okay, so we can move basically all of these into there. Right? We can do oil. How does that keep happening? How do I keep creating new we want to copy basically these into there and these into there. And then I can go into here and I can get rid of these because they're all going to get sourced. Yeah, new shell looks awesome. I just need to take some time. We'll probably start using it like maybe tomorrow morning if we can get across the finish line here today on getting nicks ripped out. We're pretty close. We don't have that much more to do other than uninstall and reinstall. That looks good. I mean, we will surely run into problems, but that's okay. His login. All right. Get out of this. And we can do that. We have our conf d, we have our functions, we have our aliases. We don't have our get completions. Right, we want to get those. So let's go grab those. I forget where that happens at. Fish get completions. I have Fisher installed. So we can install get completion fish get completion. Why can't I? How do I set this up today? Home manager, fish, interactive shell. I get graphite.fish. Get helpers adapted from fish. I guess we just do this. And then we can put that in our, you just do graphite.fish, right? And that will be automatically sourced. Functions, Z, plugins, Git. So there has to be a plugin, right? Yeah, but yeah. No, home manager is definitely the nicest part of Nix. It just like right now, like if I wanted to upgrade to like I can't just upgrade to NeoVim 11. Like I would have to upgrade to unstable, then unstable would break my graphite installation. It's just like I don't want to deal with it. It's so annoying. Fish plugin Git. So we'll just run this. All right, so let's go back to our. So we can actually probably just do this right now, right? We can do like Fisher. We can do brew install Fisher. And then we can do Fisher. Didn't I just install Fisher? There we go. That's funny what just happened there. Install. So that just added a ton of stuff, which is actually kind of nice because we can go fish functions. We can go look at what happened there. If we go in here, we go to home, or where the fuck am I? Users, Dean Mulroy, config, fish. So this got a bunch of stuff installed in here. Yeah. So we can probably just copy a bunch of these, right? How does the fish shell, functions directory work?
Have you seen another shoe?
I have no clue.
Okay. Bodhi, where have you taken the other one?
Hi, Bodhi.
He's like,
Where's
I've
the
done
shoe?
no
You gotta
such
go
thing.
find the shoe.
Bodhi, come on, let's go find it. Where would you have put a shoe?
Switching from I turn 2 to Ghosty just fixed the horrible drawing delay I had to Envim. My god, this has been keeping me awake for let's go. We love to see it. Function name.
Is this an okay fit for
What?
Is this an okay fit? Is this fit? Okay.
Yeah, it's cute.
Cute?
Yeah.
Great.
All right. I guess we can just like add this to our install script, right? Instead of copying and pasting this. That way we always get the updated stuff. So if we go back, or back over to here, and we go to our new init, and just add let's close this and we'll open AI and we'll say buffer and then we'll say at editor update step 7 to run Fisher. I wonder if that's still in my buffer. Yeah. We'll accept that. Great. That works pretty good, chat. This plugin is pretty damn good. All right, so we'll say we get that. All right, what else do we have in our home directory right now? We have dir env, I don't think I have anything special set up with Durenv. GitHub, don't care. Copilot, don't care. Graphite will install itself. Raycast, I have. Stripe, doesn't matter. Tmux. I don't know which one of these Tmuxes is real. Fish, font config, confd. I don't know what those do. OPM, anything else in here that we need to care about? Undo dir, that's going to get mapped. npmrc, zcom, zeesh. All right, I think we can uninstall Nix, chat. I think we can do it. I think it's time. Okay. Uninstall Nix. Where's determinate systems? All right. All right, here we go, chat. This is scary. Let's go to our root, and we're going to say Nix. We should probably sudo this, right? Sudo. Let's just like get to our default shell too. All right, let's we'll just quit out Ghosty. And we'll go into Ghosty. And we're gonna go sudo /nix installer. I don't even see this in here. Uninstall. I don't even have that. Store / oh my god. Nix. Oh. Right. Shit. Uninstalling Nix. All right. So let's do that. So we're going to go to our home directory.
Is that burning on the bottom? Kind of smells like something's burning.
It might be. I don't want to touch it. It's hot. It's fine.
Okay. Is it cool if we have Murphy on Thursday for the day?
Of course.
Okay. All right. I'm leaving.
Bye.
I love you. I'll be back later.
Okay.
Shut this.
Please.
All right. Baxter out. Winnie, you can stay. She's gonna bark when I leave.
It's fine.
Okay.
Where's my zshrc? Do I not have a zshrc? Zshrc. Doesn't look like it. Where does this get sourced? Nix has to get sourced somewhere, right?
Functions describe the world.
Does it get sourced in here? editor, new PG, editor. We should set that in our new one, though. So let's, before I forget to do that, let's go to users, me, kick, start, new, home, config, fish, set. Yeah. I honestly don't know where it's getting sourced. Okay, it's fine. Nix profiles, nixdaemon.sh. It's fine. Everything's fine. Chat, everything's gonna be fine. All right. So we're going to say sudo launch ctl, and then we're going to unload /library/launch daemons. Is there any better way to do this? I don't think there is. We're just gonna have to go for it. Launch daemons org.nixos.nixdaemon plist. Okay. Sudo remove. One command at a time. Okay. All right, unloaded. Removed. Okay. Remove the Nix BLD group. Yep. Sudo dscl-delete /groups. Okay. And then we'll do this one. Oh, I'm not in bash, so let's go into Zeesh. Yeah, just go. ESDNO. Invalid path. Okay, that looked like it worked. All right, edit fstab to remove. Oh God, this is so scary. All right, get on my face, Lua. All right, that wasn't so bad. Now, edit to remove the Nix line. So vim/etsy/synthetic